Hi friends, it's Miss Alejandra from the Westmont Public Library. Today we're going to be making cookie cutter bird feeders. So all you're going to need is some peanut butter, some honey, and some bird seed. You can use whatever kind of peanut butter and bird seed you would like. You're also going to need some yarn. The yarn is optional. It's nice to be able to hang it from trees, and then some birds do use yarn in their nests. But again, if you don't have it, you can totally leave it out. So the way we're going to get started is you're going to use about a cup of peanut butter. It also depends on how much you want to make. I use 1 cup of peanut butter to 1 cup of bird seed. To me, that just makes it even. That's about how much I use. You can use less if you want to make only one and see how that works out for you. You can double the recipe. It's totally up to you. So we're gonna throw this in a bowl and then throw it in the microwave and heat it up at 15 to 30 second intervals, and then mix it up in between until it's nice and melted. So I'll show you what it looks like when it gets there. Okay, so I said that I melted the peanut butter. I did it in the microwave. So you want to heat it up for about 15 seconds, take it out, stir it so it doesn't burn, put it back in. So you're kind of melting it the same way that you'd melt some chocolate in the microwave. So now it's pretty melty. So we're gonna add just some honey to it. I think I did about a cup or so of peanut butter. I'm just gonna do a few tablespoons of honey, just not super specific on the measurements, really just whatever you want to do. And then you're gonna mix that up, and then you're gonna add in your bird seed. So you want to make sure that the bird seed is coated in the peanut butter mixture. So let's take some of that. And you'll probably see the cats coming in and out of the video. They really like to help with this craft as well. So just do some bird seed. You're gonna want to start off with a little bit and then just build up to see how much you actually need. You're gonna want to make sure that all of it is coated in the peanut butter and honey mixture. And actually this is looking like it'll be a pretty good amount. I've got about 8 or so cookie cutters that are a pretty decent size. So I'm not entirely sure how many we'll get out of here, but you can always double this or make half of it if you only want to do one. You could also try to use like a cup and make perfect little circles. It's really up to you, whatever you and your child want to do. So now it'll look something like that. So over here I have just a cookie plate or a cookie sheet just with some aluminum foil. You can use some parchment paper as well. Just something that'll help you just make sure that it's easy to take out. So I think I'm going to do the heart. I'll do a maple leaf. I'll do a plain because we're actually really close to midway right here. And a star. So I think I'll start off with these 4 and see where that gets us. So keep in mind this is a really messy craft, but that means that kids are gonna love it. And actually it's super fun for us to do as well. So you're just gonna take as much of that off the spoon as you can. And then just start taking a little bit at a time and put it into the sheet. I'll try and see if I can move it so you can see. So you will have to get your hands dirty, and remember this is peanut butter and honey and bird seed, so it's a really weird texture, but it's a lot of fun to get messy with your hands, especially when it's so nice outside and you know that you're making treats for our little feathered friends. So there's the heart. Gonna get some in the maple leaf as well. So try and make sure that you're packing it as much as you can, because remember, the shape is for us, but the food is for them. So give them as much as you can. Try and pack it in really nice and tight. And let's move on to the star. Hi, kitty. Are you helping? So let's put some into the star. I think the plain is going to be the hardest one, only because it's a really weird shape. So let's get it in there with the spoon and just take your time shaping it. If you've got little ones helping you, this is a really good thing for them to do, because then they'll have to use their hands to try and get the mixture into the cookie cutter. And let's be real, we all love getting messy every once in a while. So let's keep doing that. Try and make sure that it stays out there. Oops, drop some. All right, so we've got about this much left, and that was about 4 cookie cutters. So I think I'm gonna finish off the rest of these and then come back and show you what to do for the next step. Hi, all right, so I got about 7 out of the mixture that I made. So we've got 7 pretty good sized cookie bird feeder shapes. So you're just gonna wanna take a knife and then somewhat in the middle, not too close to the top, you're just gonna wanna make a little incision in all of them. This is where the yarn is gonna go so that we can hang it from trees. If you don't have yarn, or if you wanna skip this step, definitely feel free to. You don't need it, but it's kind of fun so that you can see them hanging from the trees. And I just think it looks really cute. So just take your knife somewhere in the middle. As long as it has it there, it'll make it easier to cut into it the next time we're ready. So then these are done. They look really good, so I'm gonna put them in the freezer overnight, and then I'll show you what they look like tomorrow.
Action.
Hi guys, we're back. Okay, so this is day 2. These have been in the freezer overnight. You can leave them in there for a little less, but I just think it sets a little bit better when it's overnight if you're not in a hurry. So because they were frozen to the cookie cutters, it was a little hard to get them out, but I took a Ziploc bag and I put one of these in there at a time, and then just ran it under some hot water under the faucet for about 10 seconds each and kind of rub the edges, and then they slid out really easily. So that's a really quick trick if you want some help with that. So now, as you can see, they're all out of the cookie cutters, and because of the hole that we made with the knife, it was easier to get the yarn through, and this is what it should look like in the end. So we've got our yarn, we've got our needle, and we've got our cat who's gonna help. And then you're just gonna take this and thread it through nicely, and then just take any one of these, I'll just do the heart, and then just thread that through and just pull it through on the other side. So you've got that, now you can make it, thank you. Yes, I do need help cutting that. You can make that as long or as short as you want. I think that's about good for me. So I'm just gonna measure that out and then take my scissors and cut the yarn. So now once you've got it like this, you can just do any sort of knot that you'd like. I just do like a little double knot. It doesn't need to be something very fancy, as long as you're sure that it'll stay closed and be something that'll actually stick to your trees or your tree branches or wherever you're planning on putting these guys. And it should look something like that. So we're just gonna keep doing this. Alright guys, so as you can see, they're on their yarn now. It's raining outside, but we're out here to give some snacks to our little friends. So just set that on whichever branch you find. With this one just somewhere over here.